All right, the recording has started. Good morning, everyone. So for those of you who came into the meeting a bit later, my name is Linda Reus and I'm on the participant engagement team of the UN Global Compact. Today with me is also my colleague Firas Abdul Hussein. He is the senior program manager, mainly focusing on climate and on early career professionals, and he will be giving you an overview of our programming today. And with me is my colleague Monica, who is also on the participant engagement team, mainly focusing on larger companies, where I'm the account manager for SMEs and non-businesses. She will be answering all your questions in the chat throughout the session. So before we really dive into today's session, I also want to know who is in the room with us. So please feel free to answer the upcoming 3 questions. The question, what kind of company or organization you're working for. So whether you're a large company, maybe a non-business organization, or a small, medium enterprise. Secondly, is sustainability a priority in your company or organization? And lastly, have you attended an activity of the UN Global Compact before? And if you have, please let us know in the chat which activity, whether that's online or in person, you have. Okay, I see people coming in, some larger companies represented here today. 6 out of 7 people say that sustainability is a priority within their company or organization. That's great to hear. And for most, it is the first time attending a session. So I will end the poll and also share the results with you so that you also know who's in the room with us today. Great to see everyone. And once again, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat and use the chat throughout this session. For now, let's dive into today's meeting. For the agenda of today, it's a simple agenda today. We will introduce you to the UN Global Compact. We'll introduce you to our work and how we support companies and organizations on their sustainability journey. Specifically, we will dive into a few programs. Firas will do that. Some of the programs that are starting soon, so you might even be able to join them. Of course, we'll dive into some of the other activities that we host within our network. Then we will go into some frequently asked questions, including the application process and our reporting mechanism. And lastly, we have some time for Q&A, but feel free to ask your questions throughout. Before we go into the UN Global Compact, I quickly want to touch upon, and I'm really glad to see that so many of you already have sustainability as a priority within your work. Why are we even here today? Why is the UN Global Compact so important? Well, we are halfway through the 2030 agenda, halfway through the agenda of the Sustainable Development Goals, as I'm sure you're all aware of, and we're simply not moving fast enough. Only around 15% of the Sustainable Development Goals are currently in progress. And we really see the need for more ambitious companies, as they have the power to be innovative, to make a change, to make a difference. And we simply cannot rely on politics. As you are probably all aware, today is also an important day in the political landscape. But whatever happens today, we really need to rely on the power of companies to have transformative change and to make a difference for a just world. So I hope that is already known within your company and that you're also pushing the sustainability agenda in your work. And we are sure that we can help you with that at the UN Global Compact. We can help you become a front runner, help you get ahead of all the laws and regulations that are coming at you or may already be a part of your work. So we really urge you not to wait until you're CSRD compliant, but to really make a head start and be proud of your reporting that you will do. So seize the opportunity and become part of this global movement. And to illustrate that, we quickly want to show you this video.
The automobile is a fad, a novelty. Horses are here to stay.
I think there is a world market for maybe 5 computers.
Women cannot do men's work.
Sustainability is important, but we have more urgent issues.
History has taught us that the leaders who succeed are the ones who meet the needs of the future by moving forward.
To achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, we need forward thinkers. Those who see the SDGs as a driver of growth, not reputation. Who are busy making progress, not just pledges. Who know sustainability is the future, not a trend.
Because right now, only 15% of the SDGs are on track for 2030. Some are even moving backwards. And the majority of businesses aren't setting bold enough targets.
Forward Faster is here to guide companies on the areas where they can make the biggest, fastest impact for 2030.
Because sustainable companies give us the best chance of achieving the SDGs. But we need you to take more ambitious action.
The people and planet of tomorrow are relying on the forward thinkers and doers of today. Don't fall behind the times. Move forward faster.
You think they're gonna do it?
Yeah, great. It is still, I've seen it a couple of times. It's still a beautiful video. But indeed, we're here for the companies that are not only making pledges, but are really looking to make progress. And as the lady in the video also said, sustainability is not a trend. And that also shows that the UN Global Compact has been here for almost 25 years. We were founded by Kofi Annan, the former Secretary General of the United Nations, and he called for a worldwide collaboration between business, not only government, but to really include like business know-how into tackling societal problems. That was the start of our organization, and the anecdote is that the day after his speech, around 40 CEOs called him asking, okay, I'm in, where can I sign up? And that is the start of the UN Global Compact. Our ambitions, our agenda are actually twofold. Since the start of the UN Global Compact, the foundation of our organization has been the 10 principles. We have a principles-based approach. So the 10 principles are guiding or telling businesses how to conduct their business responsibly on the areas of human rights, on labor, environment, and anti-corruption. And these are drafted from various UN conventions and declarations. All companies that join the UN Global Compact, they commit to these 10 principles on CEO level. But they don't really guide you through the next steps that you need to take. They're like this final picture that we're striving towards. Of course, as a UN organization, also the Sustainable Development Goals are a part of our daily work, and these paint a much broader sustainability agenda. The boring numbers quickly just to show that we are a very large global movement, a community of businesses that are really ambitious to make measurable and impactful progress. So since these 25 years, we have grown to be the largest corporate sustainability initiative worldwide, with over 22,000 businesses committing to these 10 principles. Besides, we also work a lot with non-business organizations that really contribute to our program and to the meaningful discussions that we're having day to day. As we've said, we are a global movement. Our headquarters is in New York, and we have over 70 country networks worldwide, including obviously here in the Netherlands. And in the Netherlands, we have over 360 companies now joining us. Because we're a global movement, it can also be very beneficial for companies that have worldwide operations to connect to many different UN Global Compact networks and to really benefit from the different local contexts and programs there. More on that later. That's really interesting for, well, the international companies, but we are also a very interesting group of SMEs. Over half of our business participants are small or medium enterprises. And I promise you a bit more about our Dutch network. So as I said, we have over 360 companies in our Dutch network currently. This is a very diverse group. So indeed, multinational companies. You see a few companies on the screen that do not have their headquarters in the Netherlands, but who are a part of our network because they want to engage in the local and the regional context. So of course, the Dutch context, but more and more also the European context is becoming more relevant. So multinational companies have the opportunity to join different country networks and, for example, follow trainings on different themes very broadly within their organization. But a large part are also SMEs. And Monica can share the link with you to have a look at all participants of the UN Global Compact worldwide. So you can have a look who has already joined and consider joining yourself as well. And now, what do we do within the UN Global Compact? So, as we are this large network, our main objective is to connect ambitious companies and their sustainability peers to each other. Even though companies may seem very different from the outside, different product, different service, different size, different location, we see that many companies are struggling with the same challenges. And we see that there's a lot of value in this peer-to-peer learning, sharing knowledge, sharing best practices. So that's what we are trying to enable. Moreover, we also do a lot of training ourselves. We have a lot of expertise in-house. We work with a lot of great partners. So we also teach the professionals within a company the skills, the knowledge to use that knowledge internally to advance on their sustainability journey. Lastly, we really want to show others, so be an inspiring network to other companies, that it's possible to integrate sustainability in your business while having a strong business case. So we have a lot of opportunities for speakerships, for moderating both on the national level, European level, and internationally. Lastly, you see communicate on the bottom. So once you commit to the UN Global Compact, you commit to our network, you also commit to being transparent on your progress. So you commit to reporting annually on the progress that you've made. I will dive into that more in a bit. For now, let's dive into some of these learning opportunities. So well, I say we do a lot of peer learning, a lot of training, a lot of activities. What does that exactly mean? And we will walk you through a few of those initiatives. At first, if your company joins the UN Global Compact, you get access to our academy. And our academy is our online training platform, which has over 100 courses on various sustainability topics. You see a few on the screen, but there are many, many more. And the great thing about this is that you, not only yourself, but all employees, so all your colleagues, whether you're a very small company or whether you're a very large multinational, all colleagues get access to this academy without a limit. So you're always free to scroll around the academy. And this is a great tool to educate your staff on sustainability, but also we see often that, for example, younger colleagues or people who are very passionate about sustainability are looking for ways to be more knowledgeable on sustainability or integrate it more into their daily work. This is a great tool to support that. Moreover, if you're a company that has also its own training platform, we offer the opportunity to integrate up to 3 courses annually onto your own platform. So we have our platform and all colleagues are welcome to create an account to follow courses here, but you can also directly integrate a few of these courses on your own platform. And 2 other things, you will receive certificates of completion once you've completed the courses. So that's a really great tool to show that you're advancing and that you're gaining more knowledge. And lastly, we'll also be launching a European portal on our academy soon. So this is a global platform, but we'll also be launching a European portal soon, focusing more on the CSRD and other European legislation and how your company should work with that. I will continue, but if there's any questions in the meantime, please feel free to ask. I quickly wanted to dive into our events. This kind of speaks for itself, but we're hosting many different events, both here in the Netherlands on the European level and also on the international level. For example, we're always present during COP or during the UN General Assembly Week in New York in September, but we're also hosting many events here in the Netherlands, both online and in person. And we always try to do this with a partner or with an interesting company that has an inspiring story to tell. So there are many different events that we would like to invite you, or perhaps sometimes your CEOs or your younger professionals for many different target groups. We organize interesting events to gain more knowledge, of course, to network and to build this community within the UN Global Compact. I wanted to highlight a few upcoming events and webinars. So if you just want to get a sneak preview of, okay, what is the kind of content that we're sharing, what kind of events, I wanted to touch upon a few. We have 3 upcoming webinars, for example, on positive water impact, on the COP16 debrief, so on the private sector and biodiversity, on the business case for living wage. This is part of a series. So these are 3 webinars. And if you're interested in one of them, Monica can share the sign up link. And lastly, we'll also be hosting our General Assembly and peer learning session in December, on the 3rd of December. And the interesting part for people that are not yet a member of the UN Global Compact is that for once they will be invited to one of our peer learning sessions on a just transition. We will dive into our peer learning groups later in the session, but know that you're welcome to join the session to have a look like what kind of people will be joining these sessions, what topics are discussed. Would this be something for me to join next year as well? All right, enough for me. I'm happy to give the floor to Firas, our senior program manager, to dive into our accelerators and peer learning groups. Firas, feel free to take over.
Thank you, Linda. So, hi everybody. My name is Firas. I'll briefly explain what we do in our programming. We have a lot of exciting things that we offer throughout the year. Highlighting here are the accelerators. They are the ideal stepping stone into your journey into sustainability. One of them is around business and human rights, to start the journey or learn more about business and human rights practices. We also have a program for young professionals called SG Innovation, for those who are eager to do something with social or environmental sustainability, but do not have it in their day-to-day job. This is the perfect program to learn more about which challenges and opportunities there are to address, and how to bring that back to your own organization, so that the sustainability initiatives in the own company can be strengthened. We also do climate emission programming for those companies who are eager to learn more about how to take climate action, learn how much emissions they have, how they can set science-based targets, how to convince their management, their suppliers, their customers that this is important and they have to follow through on reducing their emissions. We also focus on the social sustainability part with gender equality as an accelerator. How do you set targets? How do you understand the setting today in your own organization? And how can you further improve gender equality within the organization? And last but not least, the ultimate starting point, SG Ambition. It's already in the name. How do you start to really follow through on your ambition? And through this accelerator program, we guide you through the first steps on understanding where you stand today and where you want to be in the future with your organization, and guide you through that. And these are 6 to 8 month programs where you meet a lot of peers who are also in the program and follow through on the learning together. Diving into one of the accelerators, especially the one around business and human rights, you'll see that we have 23 participants this year, with a lot of familiar names of companies that are in the Netherlands. Here we really dive into understanding business and human rights. It's a complex topic that we distill into concrete building blocks that relate to the UN guiding principles, as well as the very relevant and actual C is triple D, regulations that are coming to us all to really do our due diligence in our own organization as well as our whole supply chain and to improve based on these findings. Now, this program is starting soon in the new year in February, and registrations are open today. So if you're interested to learn more, please reach out to us and join. For those who are interested, this is perfect to join UN Global Compact as well as this program ahead.
Yeah, and if you're still doubting, we'll now hear from a few previous participants about the program.
What I love about the program coming into this was how practical it was, which I felt like taking a topic like human rights and its relationship to business can seem, very broad, highly conceptual, but the program really broke it down into bite-sized pieces, and at each step along the journey, making this a much more digestible topic.
What I love most about the program is that on the one hand you have the theoretical side, you really get to deepen your knowledge and understanding of business and human rights. And then on the other hand, it's also just a very practical program. You will create your own human rights action plan, and if you face any dilemmas, you can discuss those with peers or with the experts, and that way it just really helps you to accelerate to the next step in your journey.
Well, I would say join the program. I think if you are a company that is committed to mitigate the impact it has on human rights, and we all know all companies have impact, this program is really a way to make sure that within your company you find the collaboration to make this better.
I love about the program that you get the chance to talk to a lot of peers from totally different companies, from different sectors, but also hear about similar dilemmas or similar issues that we all are faced with.
What I love about the program is that the experts, they have really in-depth practical knowledge. And once we had the presentation by the experts and also the examples of the other companies that participated in the program, it was more clear where I could start and what was more critical to start with. Wherever you are in your human rights journey, it will really help your knowledge to go to the next step. But it's even more critical if you are in the beginning or if you don't even know where to start. So please do join, you will learn a lot.
Wonderful. So these are the experiences of current and previous participants, and the program is free of charge for participants of UN Global Compact Network Netherlands. Moving on to the program that we have for young professionals, for companies that have very large ambitions in sustainability and just don't know where to start in involving the whole organization. The early career professionals and young professionals are the perfect people to onboard to your sustainability initiatives, and many don't have it in their job yet. With the SG Innovation Accelerator, we offer a around 6-month program for young professionals to really understand the current state of the world, the sustainable development goals, the challenges and opportunities in these fields, and really bring that back to the challenges and opportunities of their own organization. So you translate it back to strengthen the sustainability initiatives of your own organization and work on a project together with a team of colleagues that participate in this program. Now, this program is the only one that has a fee to it, because we offer a lot more in coaching, in guidance, in co-creation and facilitation to really upskill young professionals to really take over the sustainability initiatives in your organization in the time to come. So costs are 5,000 euros ex VAT, and it's starting in February already. So if you're interested, please reach out to us to learn more and well, join this exciting journey for young professionals for your organization. Then we also offer a accelerator for those companies who have a climate ambition and would love to start with their climate ambition and turn that into action. This Accelerator is an online program with a few in-person sessions as well to meet the peers that are also in the program. We start off with understanding what is this greenhouse gas emissions inventory, science-based targets. How do I convince others that this is important? In 6 months, we'll dive into all these topics step by step, guided, including our online academy courses, consultants, and Science-Based Targets Initiative, SBTI, as our partner, to really understand how to take action, where to start, and where to proceed. This is a perfect program for those who are eager to start their journey and take the next steps. All our programs should be attended by at least 2 colleagues to really also have a sparring partner within the organization. So definitely invite you to join this program starting in May next year. We just closed the 2024 edition successfully. So if you're eager to take action on your climate ambition, please reach out and join this program. Now, we also have something nice to offer for those who are a bit further in their sustainability journey. We offer peer learning groups for those who have specific challenges and opportunities that they want to address by talking with peers. Now, we have 3 peer learning groups, or 3 themes of peer learning groups that we offer in the Netherlands. One around climate, one around diversity, equity, and inclusion, and one around business and human rights. On top of that, we also have European level peer learning groups where companies from across Europe, the whole European continent, come together once a year to really address these challenges based on also specific topics that might be one of the 3 mentioned topics, as well as interlinking topics like just transition, for example, which bring the topics together. If you're interested in peer learning, then this is a perfect opportunity to do so in a safe space that we facilitate to meet industry peers as well as peers from across industries in a few in-person sessions where we exchange lessons, learnings, have expert views, and those who want to co-facilitate or really take the lead in this and become a co-lead, we offer that opportunity as well to co-shape this program, to advance your own learning and shape the program accordingly as well. And those who co-lead are offered a fee of €0. Companies that are in the small and medium enterprises bracket below 250 employees have a reduced fee of €250 VAT, excluding VAT. And the larger companies have a fee of €450 excluding VAT. So if you're interested in learning more from peers and experts, join our peer learning groups.
Thank you, Firas. For the final part, I will dive into more of the practicalities and some frequently asked questions. And after this part, we will open up the floor for any questions from you guys. So if you have any questions, now is the time to ask. First of all, the question that you're all thinking about, okay, this sounds great, but how does it cost? And also, if I want to apply, how should I do so? I will show you in a bit the costs. So our contribution fees are based on the revenue, the annual revenue of a company, meaning that larger companies pay more and smaller companies pay less. Obviously, we're a non-commercial organization, so we're not striving to make any profit. And this includes, so the costs include almost all our programs and activities. So Firas already showed you some of our accelerators. As he said, all accelerators are free of charge, excluding the one especially for early career professionals. So the SCG Innovation Accelerator, as it involves a lot of personal development and coaching. But other than that, the academy I showed you, our events, our accelerators are free of charge. You can decide yourself how many you want to join, if you want to join one every year or a few each year, or if you want to skip a year, all up to you. That's all voluntary. Additionally, there is a symbolic additional fee for joining the peer learning groups. But How to join? Our application procedure is pretty simple. As I said, what we need is a commitment on CEO level. So we need a CEO commitment on the 10 principles and to be transparent annually on your on the progress that you've made. If you've done so, the only thing you need to do is fill in an online form signed digitally either by your CEO or on behalf of your CEO. Just attach a few standard details about your company, so the revenue, the contact details, and your company registration document, or in Dutch, the KVK letter. Once you've submitted the online form, the UN Global Compact will run a formal due diligence process, which will take about 2 to 3 weeks. This is just to check if the company aligns with the UN values. So, for example, if you don't derive revenue from the production of weapons or other stuff like this, we don't expect too many troubles there. And lastly, the only step for you to take is to report annually and to pay the contribution fee. And this will be the contribution fee scheme for 2025. As you can see in the left column, you see participant. These are the independent participant fees. So if you're a smaller company and you have a revenue below 25 million, or if you're a non-business participant, you only pay 550 euros, excluding VAT, on an annual basis. And this contribution increases along with a higher revenue. On the right, you see also the subsidiary fees. This means that if your headquarters or your parent company is already a member of the UN Global Compact in another country, but you also want to join the Dutch programs and courses and activities, you may do so for a subsidiary fee. So this means that you will only pay part of the full membership fee. And what is a great addition is that we can share a discount with you. If you are planning on joining the UN Global Compact, we urge you to join in December, so before the end of the year, so you will only start paying your contribution from 2025 onwards. So you will enjoy the month for free. Moving on, we have responded to this question throughout the session, but is the UN Global Compact also supporting SMEs specifically? Yes, definitely. So we are a global initiative, and the great thing about our organization, also compared to other sustainability networks, is that we have this very international focus. We can link and network and connect people all over the world. But for SMEs that have a more local, more Dutch focus, we also have a lot of offerings. So besides the fact that all SMEs can join our programming, our accelerators, as Vera said, we offer also the discount to join the peer learning groups. We also offer tailored courses, especially for SMEs. So we have an online learning journey specifically for SMEs. We have academy courses. So we are definitely also supporting SMEs. We do advise that your company has over 10 employees. So if you're really a micro enterprise, we do advise you to, well, maybe connect to us, see if it's really worth joining our network. As from experience, we see that these very small companies do not have enough resources to actively benefit from our network and to report annually. But we definitely have smaller enterprises in our network. Just make sure to reach out to us and we can advise you there. Finally, the thing everyone has been waiting for, the reporting requirements. So yes, all companies have the obligation to report annually on their progress. But not to worry, it's not a super detailed, complex reporting. Important to know that if you join the UN Global Compact from the next reporting year, from the next calendar year, you will start your report between April and July. Meaning that if you join before the end of this year, you will start reporting in 2025. But for the companies that join now, you have the opportunity to report in private mode, meaning that your reports will not be visible to external stakeholders. So our communication on progress, that's the name of our annual reporting, consists of two parts. The first is the CEO statement of continued support, meaning that you still need your CEO, the senior level buy-in, to be a part of the UN Global Compact. We really see that once your CEO is fully behind the UN Global Compact, participating in our programs, that really helps. So that's why we annually ask for this continued support. The second is the report itself, which for 2025 can consist either of a questionnaire or a sustainability report if your company has one. I need to mention that from 2026 onwards, we might be revising this, but for now you can use either our own questionnaire or the sustainability report. Our own questionnaire covers the themes of the 10 principles, so governance, human rights, labor, and environment. It's aligned with the GRI framework. So if you're already reporting on GRI standards, you will recognize a lot of the questions, and we will also make sure to link each question to other reporting frameworks. For example, the CSRD. Compared to the CSRD, our questionnaire is really a light version. So not to worry that you will have to do many other things. If you're already CSRD compliant, this is a simple step to fill in the questionnaire. All reports, so we will not audit the reports, but all reports will be publicly available. So everyone worldwide can have a look at all the companies that join our network and their annual reports. And we will also be launching a tool to analyze the data, to compare yourself to others, to benchmark, to really also show the measurable impact that companies are making at the UN Global Compact. If you're a non-business organization, you do not have to report annually, but every 2 years you will write a report, a reflection on the collaboration with the UN Global Compact, which is called the Communication on Engagement. All right. I will stop right here and see if there's any questions to be answered. Monica, can I ask you if there's any questions in the chat or if we should answer anything live? Let me have a look. I see some questions coming in.
We have a question about Lawrence. Could you explain about the added value of UN Global Compact for companies that need to comply with CSRD?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. So the UN Global Compact is not just a reporting framework. And what we always say is that CSRD is like, you have to comply to that. That's only ticking the boxes. But if you join the UN Global Compact, we can support you in actively being proud of what you're reporting. So we will teach you and guide you to really increase the impact that you're making. So for example, through our programs on the different themes that Viras just explained, and you can use that knowledge to increase and to further advance in your sustainability journey. And later on report on that. So it's actually a tool to become more proud of your CSRD reporting later on. Viras, I see you nodding. If there's anything you wish to add, please just unmute yourself.
Well, to add, CSRD is just a stepping stone, the first start of reporting on what the current state is and what needs to change and how your organization can change in a positive way, embracing social and environmental sustainability. That's where we come in. That's the knowledge that we offer, including the peer learning across peers, experts. That's the added value of UN Global Compact on top of CSRD.
Thank you, Viras. I see a question from David on the discount for subsidiaries and whether there's also discount for subsidiaries in other countries. So yes, there is. The fees that I've showed you, they can differ per network. So if you have a specific country you wish to get some more information on, please reach out to us. But in all 70 country networks worldwide, subsidiaries pay a reduced fee. So if your headquarters is in the Netherlands, and for example, you also have an office in the US, and you wish that office to join the UN Global Compact as well, you're most welcome to do so, also for a reduced fee. But these fees may differ depending on the country that you're looking for. So if you have a specific question, maybe Monica can share our email in the chat. You can reach out to us and we will answer your question.
We have another question from Shade Hightower. How does the UN Global Compact differ from other sustainability certifications / frameworks like EcoVadis and other universally accepted sustainability programs?
Yeah, absolutely. That's also a great question. So to start, these go in hand quite often. Again, quite similar perhaps to our answer to the CSRD. For example, EcoVadis, that's more of an end. That's the finish line, right? You work towards your EcoVadis score. You get offered the medal, whether you're gold standard, silver, etc. And that's something to show to the outside world, to your stakeholders. The UN Global Compact is the starting point. So we welcome companies no matter where they are on their sustainability journey, and we offer them from that point onwards many courses and tools to further advance in sustainability. So we are not a certifying organization. We do not put a stamp on your organization saying, yes, this is UN Global Compact approved. We're not a rating agency whatsoever. So where these certifications are more of the endpoint, UN Global Compact is the start. However, as I said, it goes hand in hand. If you join the UN Global Compact, you will also get an additional point for your EcoVadis score, for example. So we see many companies that do both. Yeah, no worries. Great question. Let's wait for another minute. Meanwhile, I will share the final slide with you, which is basically our contact details. So as Monica also said in the chat, we will be sharing the recording and these slides. Feel free to share them internally with your team. And hopefully what is next is that we would really like to connect with you. We're more than happy to schedule a one-on-one call with you to go over your sustainability priorities and to see, is joining the UN Global Compact a valuable and logical step for you at the moment? So please reach out to Monica or myself or use the QR code. And we're happy to connect with you via email or over a call to discuss potential next steps. Yes, thank you so much, Monica, for sharing our email addresses. Also, you're always free to have a look at our website, sign up for our newsletter, have a look at LinkedIn. This will just give you a more detailed overview of all the activities that we're currently working on and that you can join once your company is also part of the UN Global Compact. For now, let's see, I see last chats coming in. Vira's just looking at you if there's any last things we need to add here. Nothing from your side. Then I would really like to wish you all a great day and thank you so much for your attendance. And we will see each other hopefully soon. Thank you, guys.